Fiberglass screen doesn't have a long lifespan. Here's how to replace it. If the screen frame is flexible like this one, the biggest challenge is to get the correct tension. If the screen's too tight, the frame will twist and you may not be able to get it into the window track. There's a flexible material called a spline that holds the screen into the frame by being pressed into a channel. Check the corners for a break in that spline and use a small screwdriver or some pointy object and pry the spline loose and pull it out of the channel. If the spline has been in place for a long time and it's sticking to the frame, take a utility knife and run it between the spline and the edge of the channel. If there's any screen or spline left in the channel, run something along the channel and clean it out. Take a piece of the spline and the screen to the hardware store. Choose a spline that's close to the size of yours. I have American Craftsman windows and 0.14-inch spline works. Fiberglass screen comes in two colors, black and silver gray. The cheap plastic roller tool works fine with fiberglass screen. Cut a piece of screen so that it overlaps the frame a little bit. Use some binder clips to clamp the screen to the frame. Use the convex wheel on the tool, that's the smooth one, and push the screen into the channel. Use the convex side of the tool. That's the one with the ridge down the middle of the wheel. And push the spline into the channel. And if needed, you can flip the tool around and take a pass with the other end. To keep the corners from bunching up, cut the tip of it off. I'll spin the screen around 180 degrees and work on the opposite end. I'll give the screen a tug in the middle to make sure that it is lined up correctly. And then I'm going to take my hand and push the screen against the table. Hopefully this will give it enough slack so that the screen doesn't get too tight. And I'm going to use the concave end of the roller and start to work the spline into the channel. Using my hand to give a little slack in the screen. Switch it around and see if that's gonna pop this in. So the other thing that you can do to try to get the tension correct is when you put the second side in, you can place a book in the center of the screen. Maybe it should be a 1/4 inch higher than the frame, and then drive your spline into the channel with the book in here, and that should give it some slack. Then work the spline into the other two sides of the frame. The last step is to take a utility knife and run it at a 45-degree angle and cut away the excess screen. Okay, we have a nice screen that doesn't have any wrinkles. It's not too tight. I hope you found this video helpful. A thumbs up is always appreciated. Click on the channel name, know how now to find other videos, and thanks for watching.